Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sabrina, and in today's video I'll be doing my very own curly cut. I'll be looking right at the mirror, so forgive me if I'm ever, looking up and away. So first things first is, of course, making sure you have the right tools, but then the way that I'm sectioning my hair is I'm just sectioning the two front panels from the back. And my parting, as you can see, isn't totally straight, and that's because that's my natural parting. So the way that I'm going to start is I'm going to start with horizontal sections, and the reason behind that is because this is the perimeter of my hair. Now, the perimeter of your hair is always what contributes to your length, and so if you cut the perimeter too short, your hair is going to be super short. And so what I like to do is take down the perimeter first and cut at a zero base elevation. And so pretty much all that means is making sure that you're cutting down, making sure that you're not elevating, so you're not lifting it anywhere, and you're just pretty much bring everything straight down and you're not cutting a lot. Little snip. And with my two fingers, pretty much, I'm actually touching my hair and feeling the brittle part of the hair. So from the top of my hair to the bottom of my hair, it's soft, 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 and then it starts to get a little bit thinner, and then at the very bottom where it needs to be cut, feels really dry and rough. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for with my hair. Now with the second section, I'm also gonna go ahead and keep this at a zero-based elevation. I don't know why I can't say that word. Zero-based elevation. And the reason behind that is because I want to keep my density at the bottom very full. If you start to layer too soon, what's going to happen is it's going to be very stringy at the bottom. And because I have fine hair, I went ahead and I allowed most of my hair to be at the very bottom, so I kept it nice and full at the bottom and with no layering before I went in and started to layer. Now you're gonna see that I'm pulling pieces forward, and this is on purpose, and this is where you're gonna start to layer, or where I started to layer pretty much. So now instead of taking horizontal lines, I'm gonna go in and I'm taking vertical sections within that section. I hope that makes sense, guys. So pretty much I'm bringing everything forward because I'm over directing the hair. In simple terms, if you want it to be more voluminous on top with shorter pieces, you're gonna bring it forward. And you start to see it's taking shape. And the shape that I'm pretty much going for is like the typical diamond shape, shorter pieces on the top and a fuller base with that little bit of a tapered look. My advice to you is just to go really slow. This whole haircut actually took me about 45 minutes, but in this video I increased the speed so that, we're not here all day. And I'll be honest with you, this haircut was not easy. I honestly thought I was in a rabbit hole on YouTube, of course. You go for one video and you end up searching a million others. And I started to see a lot of girls cutting their own hair. And I thought to myself, well, I'm a curly hair specialist and I've never cut my own hair. I'm sure it's not that hard. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is not easy at all. This was definitely not easy, but it is for someone who I would say is up for the challenge. And, for someone that says, I really can't afford a Deva cut, because the very truth is that Deva cuts are not cheap, but you want the Deva cut look. And so this kind of gives that shape that we do as Deva stylists, or one of the shapes, I should say, not the shape, but one of the very common shapes. And now as I'm getting to the top, what I like to do is cut just a little bit more off. And that's because I want some shorter pieces up there. I want big hair. And your eye is your best friend. Look at the shape. Do you see anything different? I seen that piece needed to be cut. I'm looking and I'm checking. Okay, do the curls look like they're connected? Does anything look a little bit crazy? So I sped up the video and I just went through the bottom once more, where I just dropped everything and cut at a 0 elevation. Then I went ahead and just started from the layering one more time. And a good tip is, if you're not really too sure about cutting your hair dry and things like that, what I would recommend is actually to allow your hair to be styled the way that you usually would style it, so that you're able to see the curl. Usually with clients, we ask them to come in with little to no product, and the hair's a little bit more on the frizzy side, but when you can see your curl, you can actually cut it a little bit better, especially if you're cutting it yourself and you're not used to seeing a lot of frizz and things like that. So style your hair a little bit, leave in some conditioner just so that you can see your curl and it's easier for you to cut it. So now I'm gonna go in and I have a little bit of a side bang, and that's what it was before, but I'm adding a little bit of a shorter piece to it, which I'm cutting now. And just visually give yourself a really nice fringe. You always want to have it go from shortest to longest. And look from the side, does that give you that nice little profile? If not, cut it a little shorter. Lots of work. Also, what I did notice is that on the right side, it looks like there are pieces at the bottom that were a little bit longer, but what I'm waiting for is to wash my hair, style it, and see how much that springs up, because the bottom of my hair, or really at the nape of anyone's hair, can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes it's a little bit looser, sometimes it gets really short. You really have to wash your hair and check your spring factor. You have to really see how much your hair shrinks, and so I left that because that is the meat of my hair. Now, sorry for all the talking. Now to the back, I split my hair in 2 pieces, and the way that I will be handling the back is I will be going in horizontal sectionings. So I'm going to start with one side, and I'm going to go ahead and, again, because this is the perimeter of my hair and I want to keep as much meat at the bottom, I'm going to go in and keep it at a 0 base of, oh my god, 0 elevation. I'm just going to keep it down so that I can keep it long. I want my hair long. Now, if you're watching this video and you really feel like you really want this hair shape, but you're really not comfortable with doing it, I encourage you to go on the Deva Curl website and find a Deva stylist in your area. There are literally hundreds of them all over the country. And so you want to find someone who is trained, because cutting curly hair is not something that they teach us in cosmetology school. well, this technique I should say, because they do teach us, I remember we had like one little lesson on it, and we were to cut it wet, and that just never made sense to me. And so I've always loved and seen the best results with cutting curly hair dry. So again, horizontal sections. And at this point, I thought that I was gonna go ahead and elevate, but then I realized, you know what, it's too soon to elevate. And so I went ahead and kept everything down at this point. Alrighty, now time for the good stuff. So this is the part where when I started to elevate, I had to bring everything forward. So I wanted to keep it where it lives. However, I wanted to bring it up, and the only way to do that was to put it right in front of me. And this turned out to be really nice, actually. I really like the way that this over directed, and the silhouette just came out very beautifully. Again, that little piece, I shook and seen where it, and you know, I was looking to see where the curl lived, and it looked like it was okay. So don't be too quick to cut your curls either, guys. See where the curl lives, see where it falls, see where it starts to group, because sometimes you'll turn one way and one curl from the bottom will turn, you know, to the top, and curls get crazy. So you want to make sure that you're always constantly shaking your hair, moving your hair, just making sure that your hair is in a really nice shape. And that's the exact silhouette that I'm looking for. Okay, so I just went ahead and fast forward. I did the other side, and the hair came out really good. Everything looks nice and balanced, nice and full. And at this point, you would just go ahead and see what needs to be cut. So this is the next day, actually, and I went ahead and I washed my hair, and I went and I started to look at the layers, and I wanted to see, this is completely dry hair. You know, what looks like is, you know, what looks like it doesn't belong. You want to be creative. You want to, you know, really take the eye and, you know, be intuitive, you know, you have a certain creativity. Plus, you know your own hair best. So now I'm just checking. I'm looking at the back. I'm looking at the sides. Perfect. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.